on Catchin Rays. We were right here at Maho Beach, watching the airplanes land right over our heads. But it was also a blast watching them take off. Ba-dum-psh. But back on the boat, we had a few repairs that needed our attention. The most pressing problem was the broken starboard side head. En route to St. Martin, it completely jammed up, but thankfully it was after the contents had already left the boat. But after finding nothing wrong with the plunger itself, all signs pointed to a clogged line. And a lot of unsuccessful attempts were made to suck out the line prior to removing it completely. So it was nice to have a replacement one on board, and in pretty short order, we were back in business.
A winner?
Winner, chicken dinner. Yeah, I think we're good. Gotta pull all this shit up now.
What kind of drone is it?
It is a Hex H2O is the brand. Okay. But it's got pretty much all DJI parts.
He waited on a calm day for the maiden voyage. And while he's still working the kinks out, it was a pretty successful launch if you don't count the annoying GoPro reflection. But there was also some trouble with the failing gimbal, as evident by the camera shake. Now he's just waiting on another favorable weather day to try it again. Two days later, we set a course for Saba and hoisted the sails, in what turned out to be one of our most awesome days of sailing to date. Winds were averaging 21 knots from our port side at 65 degrees, so we were hauling ass at over 7.5 knots all the way there. We pulled in and grabbed a mooring on the west side of the island, at what has to be one of the greatest views from a mooring ball ever. It was simply gorgeous. So we couldn't wait to jump in the beautiful blue waters, and it seems whenever we tie up to a deep mooring, an impromptu freediving competition usually breaks out between my sons. that the real snorkeling would be had to the northwest tip of the island, where our guidebooks and our charts show to have caves hiding in the rock formations. And once again, it did not disappoint. Above and below the surface, the scenery was like none other we had seen before. And there were no crowds to muddy up the views either. We had this section of the island all to ourselves. The following morning, we set a course over to St. Kitts to spend a couple of days tied up to the dock. After we cleared customs, Aaron launched the drone for another test drive, where it was immediately confirmed that the gimbal was officially dead. Now we just have to get another one on order. But we were soon selling our way down to Montserrat, where 18 years ago this country was devastated by a volcano. We set the anchor in Little Bay and cleared customs. But we also made an appointment to take a tour of the devastation with the ever so popular tour guide Joe, an iconic guide chosen by hundreds of cruisers from all over the world to take them on this tour.
So there's nothing holding the side. So when it rains, you get mud flow coming down the rivers and going down into Plymouth.
We then entered the area where the homes and businesses were abandoned due to the eruption. Joe takes cruisers on this tour just about every day and has been for over 20 years. And the first place he likes to take every one of his customers is this abandoned church. Some of our cruising friends have taken this tour, and sailing vessel Le Vagabond took this exact tour just a few weeks before we did. Burn in hell for sure. Looks like somebody needs to do a little dusting. 32 people were here. But only sightseeing the locations on the standard route didn't seem to be enough for me and my crew. We wanted more. So we quickly hopped the fence and snuck into the home next door.
Oh wow, there was another one there. Hey, I want to tell Aaron.
There's another one right there we're gonna see.
Check.
Where calendars from 1997 were still attached to the kitchen cabinets.
That's pretty weird.
Calendar 1997. Some keys. Huh? We're going downstairs.
Whose mansion was this?
Carlos, the drug lord. No, I don't know.
As we continued the tour, we passed this large house that used to belong to a predominant Montserrat businessman, and asked Joe if we were allowed to take a look inside.
Hey, you're kicking up.
Holy crap.
What the hell?
Holy crap.
What the heck is the deal with all the shoes? Jesus.
What?
Jesus.
But there was so much more ash inside this home than there was in the church,
What the? Whole bunch of ash. Look at that.
and the amount of filth caused by it was overwhelming.
Ooh, it smells bad.
So who owned this house?
Carlisle, he's dead. He went to England. He evacuated and went to England. You saw lots of shoes up there.
Uh-huh. The whole house is full of shoes.
He owned a shoe store in town. The town was closed in the 3rd of April 96. We were here until the 27th of June 1997. So his shoe store was there. He lived there, and that's where his workers came to sell shoes.
The rest of the day was spent exploring at least a dozen more homes, but they were virtually all the same. Interrupted lives frozen in time. And in a lot of the homes, everything was left behind. Books and furniture, dishes and clothes, abandoned and forgotten. And the last stop on the tour was this hotel that overlooks the ocean to the west. I could imagine the vacationing tourists checking in at the reception desk as I made my way through the lobby and back to the pool area. And it was sad to see such awesome real estate just wasting away. We woke up early the next morning and set sail for Guadeloupe, where some of the crew go on a road trip to hike the volcano in horrible conditions. And we also visit 2 beautiful waterfalls during our time there. But that's for next time.
It does.
Just sounds that way.
It's got a little speaker that makes that noise.
Exactly, yeah, it's not even real. It's not even real.
So you can see that this building is buried.
Oh, yeah.
Up to the windows.
Oh, shit. Sorry, buddy.